Oh my God. We literally were like 34 seconds late. I cannot believe you guys are giving us crap for that. But it's my fault. I forgot my glasses. I forgot my water. And my Jovial made me wear my hair like Deb from Napoleon Dynamite tonight.
Not mute it, not mute it, not mute it, not mute it.
Come on.
Not muted. I don't know why he wanted that. There may be some sort of perverse sexual thing going on right now. Did you mute me, you bastard?
Hey, Autobot.
No, you give these people just a little bit of authority.
Please ban me right now. I beg you. Please ban me right now.
Oh my God, don't say that twice. See, I'm doing the side pony right now. Oh wait, is that Johnny? No, it's Bon. Bon, you bastard. Look, do you see? Do you see what
Dorian Morgan. Thanks, Dorian. Bon is touching his down under. That's great. That is just great. This is perfect. Today's show is a dumpster fire. This is perfect.
I have no control of the show. I have no control whatsoever. Greetings. Welcome to Tuesday, October 24th. And it was a frightening show today.
Yes.
Dennis, I mean, I don't even know that there's anything else I can say about it.
I listened to the interview, and multiple times I realized that I was dozing off. I mean, just literally just like, thank God I wasn't driving because I would have crashed out of boredom.
Yeah, well, John Stamos is the Jada Pinkett Smith of emasculated men, and it's shocking to me how affected he is. I mean, he's
God.
It's frightening. But the only fun thing that came out of the whole thing was that he kind of started asking Howard all these questions that were like so cringily uncomfortable for Howard to answer. And so he didn't. And it was kind of weird that way. So it's just really interesting.
Yeah. Everything about the interview, surrounding the interview was odd today.
You know what it is?
Yeah, very odd.
John clearly doesn't listen to the show.
John, our John?
No, Stamos.
Oh
no, he has no idea. He has no clue.
John, our John, dude. Come on, man.
He did give us, he kind of came back with a couple of different things just about the show.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We don't know where Arm is, just so you know.
Is there deafening still going on from yesterday, or
yes, it is.
all-nighter fall tonight.
They've gone into extra innings and they're using a ghost runner at second base.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard. Let me see if I've heard from him because I wasn't really paying attention.
John Cena.
Ask John where he is. Hope everything's okay. We usually by now I hear from him. All okay? Question mark.
You know how hard it is to do this show on a speak and spell like John does.
There was a 30-hour deafening telethon. Yes, that did happen.
That makes my head hurt.
Yeah, I know.
It really does. I
mean, how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. But
I mean, 2 hours here, and I'm like, I'm done.
Spent, right? I mean,
I'm done. I just want to go to sleep. I'm done.
Yeah, it's really over.
Done.
All right, so today's show, what can I tell you about it? It was weird. We had made mention of the fact that he was bitching and moaning about coming in on the intro. And then conveniently enough, first thing this morning, first he had Marianne, which I immediately shut off. And then he had Bobo call in talking about him being late to the show. So he had to make up some sort of weird excuse for why he comes on a little bit later. And obviously it was because he doesn't hear the music coming in, but he swears to us that he's there at 6 a.m. So let's listen to that.
Yeah, I was Bobo's listening to this and waiting to see when I'll come on. Now, I recently said to the staff, For a while, the whole song was playing out. I said, guys, you got to tell me when you're first putting on the song. Give me a 30-second signal.
I
Because,
noticed that, and I didn't know whether you wanted the song to be.
We've all been listening to the show for over 20 years, 25 years.
Yeah.
We all know where the show when the show starts. All of us.
Yeah. They moved it to 7:00 in the second contract. So it was at 2013, 2014. They moved to 7.
7 o'clock would be
Yep.
pretty much the accurate time that you can put your headphones on and start the
Yeah.
show.
Oh.
That long or not?
I'm sitting here bullshitting with the guys. I'm ready to go on. I've been
On
sitting here
Zoom.
6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, let's go. But nobody tells me.
Nobody
What?
tells you. Yeah.
What?
40 years you've been doing this. Nobody tells you that it's time for you. Thank you, Rodney. Stamos 100% got a BJ from Howard when Howard Beth, and Rebecca Romaine were playing Tiddlywinks or whatever it was back in the day. You know, somebody sent me this picture, which I thought was kind of bizarre, and it's what
picture?
for the Photoshop today, which is this little deliciousness.
Oh, dear God.
Like,
Gee,
Dude, that
why?
wig, bro.
yeah. this is
Everything
back
about
in the
that's
day.
disturbing. That's like a science fiction film.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, when he had the same stupid shitty tat on his arm.
the Capricorn.
He
The
was
Capricorn
first
sign.
with Beth, and this is his boyfriend. Yeah, sure. This is his boy.
Good Lord.
So yeah,
Oof.
yeah, got nothing.
The hair's not
I
even
don't know.
close to reality.
I don't know. And you know, John Stamos is the ultimate sycophantic fanboy of Howard.
Yes.
He so loves him, like adores him. I don't know why. I feel like even though Stamos was on like 2 years ago,
I know
he-
it seems
not really
longer.
friends with him. Like he's not, you know, he doesn't know his wife at all.
Nope.
I did a little dive into Stamos. His child, his son is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. His wife is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. I don't know what the deal is with John Stamos. I mean, he's been married twice. I can't imagine that he's gay. I don't think that.
Why? But he also had a whole conversation about him being in, having to go and rub one out at a sperm bank. So I don't know if that was like
for the Delabates.
Yes.
And you guys have seen
But
that
he-
picture, right? Where
Which
it's John Stamos with Mary and the 2 kids, and they look nothing like Gary. Nothing.
They are Mary's children. I don't know. Yeah, they don't have the
they're Mary's children. I
they
don't
don't
know if
have
they're
the same
Gary's.
gene. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna move on just a snurch here and let us discuss just for a quick moment. Now I know we talked about this yesterday. Let me just pull up the picture for a second so that we're all on the same page. Oh God, it pops up so easily, and that's a shame. Yeah, here we go. So then
See that thing I sent you on private chat right now?
I did not. I can't do everything at the same time, sweetie. What is it?
It's drinking with Dennis. Hey, Dennis,
Hi.
what you drinking?
I am making a Tennessee Mule. And here is fancy ginger beer. It's San Pellegrino. Ooh, fancy.
It's not letting me get into that link. It says retry. It's not letting me.
Oh, really?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
he
Cheers.
decides to start. a
Have you upgraded from Netscape Navigator?
Well, okay. All right, smarty pants. So he decides we're going to discuss Paris Hilton's child, and so you know we all had a discussion about Paris Hilton.
doesn't look that
Beautiful
abnormal.
baby.
Oh,
It's a beautiful baby.
Listen, it's okay for your child to not be that cute. Like it's really okay. I have seen plenty of unattractive children in my life, and you constantly say, "Oh my God,
They had a whole Seinfeld on that.
and yes,
You gotta see the baby.
gotta see the baby." So yeah, okay,
Hey,
yeah. So it's his
Quick facts. Fact. If you throw an apple at that kid, it'll go into low orbit around his head.
Oh my God.
That is not a fact, and that wasn't quick. Just so you know, just throwing it out there. So little Egbert.
I do the best I can.
So yeah, and Howard, holier than thou, of course. It's just these people are so horrible.
I want
online.
to
It's
talk
awful.
about something here. I was
Yeah.
reading online. I don't really know Paris Hilton. I actually met her twice, Paris Hilton. I met her once at a party where she just said hello. And then I was at a Knick game one time with my wife, and she was sitting next to us, and she walked by and she said to my wife, she said to me, "Hi, Howard." And she said to Beth, "Hey, gorgeous." Something like that. It was,
That's the only reason you remember.
it was fine. It was nice. And in any case, I don't really know her. She's never really been on the show or anything. But
That's hot.
there's this thing going on. I guess Paris Hilton had a baby. I wasn't even aware of that.
Yes, she did. She's a mom.
Yeah, she's be a lot more famous, I think, or she was more on my radar. But she looks great. I mean, I think she's really good looking and stuff. But she's someone who lives online, and she's been posting pictures of her new baby online. She's very proud of this baby. And it turns out her son, Phoenix is his name, that people were making horrible about this baby of hers.
It's so funny. JMD says her name is Paris, one of the world's greatest cities. Her kid's named fucking Phoenix.
Mostly making fun about the size of his head.
True.
I don't know if you saw the picture, but he's getting
Domestic Shirley.
I haven't seen it.
He named him Mastic.
Mastic
Exactly.
Manga.
Not the
Domestic Shirley.
Okay, so yeah, so here he is, like just defending the people, just ripping.
And I don't believe anybody online. I mean, you gotta be a bitch to take a woman's baby and start ripping into the baby, saying the baby's ugly.
Cody.
Yeah, I mean, what did she do to you to do that? But here's the
Even
thing.
if the baby's
Cody
ugly,
Gifford.
you can't say that the
That's right.
baby is ugly.
Yeah, I mean, it rips the heart out of it. My
Cody.
kids are the best. No one wants to
We
hear you
hear
making
you.
fun of their kid. But here's the thing.
Cody Gifford.
Okay, we heard you.
And I'm saying this to
time you've
Paris
said
Hilton
that,
out of
like
peace and
7
love and
times.
anybody.
Cody.
Post pictures of your child online. I'll give you a couple of reasons why.
There's a lot of truth to
Number
that.
one reason, kid deserves anonymity.
Anonymity. Anonymity.
He's trying to humiliate anonymity, Dennis,
on online.
but mispronouncing it.
And don't bitch about it when people are making fun of it.
This
Cody.
is true. The big issue with him doing this, with her, she actually responded to people. So you can't really do that. Number one, your child has a slightly larger than normal cranium. And there's probably no visual of picture, whether it's up or down here, that's going to make that head look any smaller. So you put yourself out there with that child. You could have just thrown like a little smiley face over him, and nobody would have been the wiser, and nobody would have cared. Like, or put a hat on him, put
That's hot.
A 10-gallon hat.
put a little beret on him. We all like to reflect upon how beneficent Howard is being now when it comes to
Cody.
Hilton. Shut up. Oh God, you are absolutely exhausting. You are an absolutely exhausting man. I just want you to know that. Okay, just throwing it out there.
Cody
You're
Gifford.
You know what? I mean, when you really think about it, if she was smart, that's what she'd do. She'd go on your show. It would be sensational.
Oh, absolutely.
It would
Well,
get headlines.
It'd be great. Let me ask you this, though. Have you guys laid off Cassidy and Cody because now she's a private person?
I don't think we ever...
Why are you not doing
He's talking to Mike Walker, by the way.
any stories
Okay.
on them
She's
anymore?
certainly not private.
Well, because she's not on there talking about him every day, and she did leave
Yeah.
the show supposedly to protect her kids. But
After making them famous.
I'm dying to know if they're screwing up, those
Well,
two kids. I have to
That's a
think.
good question. I mean, there's no answer. I mean, we don't sit around talking about it. I guess it's just we don't think about it.
Has it been an editorial meeting about that?
Out of sight, out of mind. I mean, you know...
I think I need to go to a
before,
few.
as you say, where she was talking about them all the time, and that's one reason why attention was paid to them.
I think I need to go to a few editorial meetings at the Inquirer office.
Because there are things they're not thinking about.
I might have to fly down.
That's actually not the worst one, John.
So,
right?
yeah.
No, it's still
Oh,
coming.
is it coming to the
Yeah.
part where he wanted Cody and Cassidy to become drug addicts?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
and gay and stuff.
And gay, yes.
No, there was nothing else to that clip.
Yes, there is. Oh, there is.
Is it
what
part
I do,
2?
There's it. No, I must have tried to connect it, and I didn't send the ending of it.
No,
Oh.
that was all I got, baby.
No, I believe you. I believe that
You believe
I believe I can
I can
fly.
fly. I can believe I can touch the
believe I
sky.
could. Let's. How about Rosie O'Donnell's child? Should we talk about that?
Oh,
This
yes.
was so basically, and I want you to go back to that when I sent it to you. But yeah, this is really good. Rosie O'Donnell talks about her son having to be walked to school because Howard sicked his fans on Rosie's kids to
Howard
terrorize
Stern, you
them.
know, has the radio
Oh,
show,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
I
so
know,
he
sure.
would talk about me incessantly.
Really?
As soon as my show went on, oh, she's a pumpkinhead, she's gay, she's whatever he said, she's fat, she's gross. Just he did his thing. And he had so many followers.
Yeah.
But he terrified me, Marlo. And so I had Parker, he was a little baby, he was at pre-K, and he was every day talking about me on the air. And then Parker gets walked in with the cops. And I'm like, what the? One of his fans was on the way to Parker's school to kidnap him.
Oh my gosh.
So now at this point, the panic level for me, it's beyond just making fat jokes and going through my garbage. My children's lives are being threatened, right?
And yet you make up with him?
Yeah, oh, Kim,
He
besties.
said to me, well, why are you? I said, you scare me. He said, and I was, I said, you scare me, Howard, and I'm afraid of you. And men have scared me in my whole life.
I hate men.
Howard Stern, has that radio
Oh,
show,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Wow. Do we have Regis Philbin's kid?
Well, not that. Not. I was thinking about it, but I
The flipper
went
foot?
with Steve Dahl instead. And,
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Steve
and-
Dahl. Nice.
I have that. I was going to flip back to it. Let me see how it
You
goes.
can go back later if you want. I'm still looking
Oh,
for the.
you know what? Steve Dahl actually didn't come up for me when I was doing the downloads for some bizarre reason.
Oh, no.
Yes, what? It didn't come up for me. It said it was still downloading for some bizarre reason. I have the Brother Weeze thing, but I don't have that one for some reason. We'll come back if you can resend it to me.
Okay,
I'd appreciate
okay.
it.
We'll double back to it.
So yeah, let's just talk about the kids and whatever. And how is it that somebody's coming to your kid's school to kidnap him?
Yeah.
Him? How do you know that's happening? And then how is it that you forgive a Howard Stern if that's who you're
You
blaming?
got to remember, everything she said, you always take with a giant grain of salt. I mean,
I have no
because
thoughts about those,
she's
yeah.
she's all hyper, she's a lot of hyperbole.
Yeah.
A lot of hyperbole. But I mean that's just crazy. But then the worst part though is kissing and making up. I mean, that's just pathetic. It really is. It's just
Shame on her. There's no reason for it to have happened.
For her, it's pathetic. But for him, he's a low life. So
He gave her
it
a
doesn't
show.
matter.
She got to show it serious. At it.
Exactly.
That's
So
what-
she had to.
it's easier to, especially at that time. I don't think she realized the fans would turn against him. It was easier to be his friend than his enemy. I think she truly was terrified. She was getting it from everywhere, and she lived. What's that town in like lower upstate where his fans were going after? I just think it's easier to be friends with him at that
Westchester?
point. No, it's I forget. God damn it! No, it's just a
Poughkeepsie?
little
Why
bit.
do people go at it's just so crazy to me that people are such psychos. I'm blown away by why you would want to pull somebody into your real world when everything is fine and dandy in the metaverse that is our world. Like, just
I don't know.
leave it where it is. So crazy. Nyack. Thank you, Mary Jean.
Oh,
Nyack,
Nyack.
thank you for.
Yes.
Nyack. Interesting. She has houses all over the place now. Okay, so let's move on a little bit and let's talk about caller called in and asked whether or not he was going to have a 70th birthday celebration, and I guess he's not because he doesn't think he's 70.
All right.
There's a lot of discussion about this.
A lot.
What?
Do I want a birthday bash? Because it's like a big birthday coming up.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
I put the axe on it. I said, no fucking way. I wanted,
You
I
didn't
still,
want another one of those? That was
No,
such a
I wa-
great night.
yeah, but here's the thing. I'm trying to trick people into thinking I'm young.
Okay.
And
You
if
don't
you're
want to.
yelling your birthday date,
Yeah.
like what your age is, I guess
70.
that gets imprinted.
70.
Yeah, I won't
70.
even say my age because
70.
I still think I'm young and hip and
You're
sound
not.
youthful.
You're 70.
As soon as I
do.
start, I am not going to broadcast my age and celebrate my age
70.
because
Yeah.
I might
Why
get
do you
people who can
Please
say,
broadcast mine.
yeah, exactly. Well, who cares? Because you
So the average age between him, Robin, Ronnie, and Fred is what? 71?
70.
71, I think.
Fred's a year younger than Howard. Robin's
Yeah,
a
so it's
year
like 71.
older. Yeah,
That's
70,
the average
71.
age is 71.
Yeah.
Jesus. So the funny thing is that Sirius has no interest in making you a party. They have zero interest in making you a party. No one wants to make you a party.
For 1 second and remind everybody the reason the birthday bash thing became a thing is the Super Bowl was being held in New York. Like a few days later. And so the majority of those people were in town for the Super Bowl.
And Sirius is a major broadcaster of the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing we keep getting every time we bring this up is that everybody that was at that party is everybody who went to the Ed Sheeran concert.
They weren't tough guests. They were
parties. It's a circle jerk of like Hampton New Yorkers who do absolutely everything together. Absolutely.
You remember when I make that list of the guests from January to December and stuff? 95% of them are those same retread guests you see on that list. They were not tough guests. They're very well. Who's the hardest guy to get on that list? Seriously, who the people who were hard to get sent a videotape in, like Robin Williams and George Clooney and stuff. I think John Mayer was the toughest guy to get on that guy, and he wouldn't even talk to him. He ran away.
No, he just played and ran away.
But Robert Kraft was there. That whole crew of people. So none of that is really something so spectacular. I think it's harder to probably get the bands because most of the time they're touring or traveling or doing whatever. So, but who'd you have? Train? I mean, who'd you have? Okay.
You have people who are performing Super Bowl parties.
Exactly.
That's probably true.
Seriously.
So yes.
And the only beautiful thing that came out of that is when Marion from Brooklyn realized where she really stood in the whole hierarchy of. They literally put her in the scaffoldings. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
How bitter she was.
Right next to High Pitch Eric, of course. And then, of course,
and my favorite part of that whole thing was that they had to give away tickets on the street to get people to come in because
offers, of course, because all of a sudden
it was
they
empty.
Looked around and A, they didn't give away enough tickets, and B, they didn't. They just didn't invite enough people, and all of a sudden, all you have is like High Pitch Eric and that screeching twat in Brooklyn, screaming her head off, and Tan Mom up in the rafters, and all of a sudden it looks like it's empty. So
wasn't that like right after they fired Howard TV? Was it before?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, right. Exactly right. That's exactly right. A few months after, right
around
they
the
weren't
same time,
invited.
right?
Yeah. All the people you liked weren't invited to it. No Artie, no Jackie, no Billy West, and he's thanking that we all heard the Marcy thing ad nauseum.
And I know I've mentioned this before, but when Mutt had to call on air and beg for a ticket, it was so embarrassing.
Yeah, he was on that show was on the way out. That show had about 2 months to it.
He had just destroyed his show. He just destroyed his website. And he's like, hey, can I get a ticket?
Can I get a ticket?
And Howard did that pregnant pause and like, oh yeah, Gary, give him a ticket.
So I have a lot of clips about John Stamos today, only because the interview was absolutely turgid and boring and sleep-worthy, but also it had some good nuggets in it. We're going to get to that momentarily, but here is a 1 minute and 45 second after the commercials of and I'm not necessarily sure why this was actually put into production or that people thought it would be something that anybody wants to hear, but it's here for you. So here we go.
Announcing Took Us, Behind the Feces, a brand new 12-hour documentary. You may think you know Howard Stern's band Took Us, but you've never heard them.
Bring it up.
This is Took Us, Metamucil Man Sessions, take one.
The one line, it could be good to get a pickup on fiber in my can. If you can do that at the end of it.
Fiber in my can, fiber in my can, hot fiber in my can.
Like Beetlejuice.
A wild track of me.
Journey into the creative process as once-in-a-generation artists bring their ideas to life.
Metamucil Man, take 37.
I was thinking in here, maybe like a Van Halen kind of like, I like the way the
Hour 45. I mean, minute
Useful
45.
feels.
Wow.
Feeling on it. I love the way my duty looks when it comes out of my head. Yeah.
You'll hear never before heard and never before requested audio like this.
We also have a Miami beat if you wanted to sing about Miami and being Mr. Miami.
Mr. Miami. This ain't my style.
Can you even imagine?
We don't do music like that. This is pop. We're a rock band. We're a rock band. What are you doing? Been a long day.
Took us behind the feces, streaming and steaming everywhere.
So,
jamming. I'm jamming.
Can anything be worse than that?
no, not many years ago, actually, probably closer to 20 years ago, they did something that was like a back of the music. It was the Woodstock with Larry Fine.
Of course, that's the only
And
thing.
that was actually funny.
That's what
This is not funny.
Of course.
There's nothing funny about this.
Your cancer. It's horrible. Like, they put
so bad.
production effort into that. Now, there's something I do want to go into. We're probably not going to get to it today, but there was a really interesting thing on Reddit where this guy said, hey, you heard the really ridiculous and stupid phony phone call that was made yesterday to a guy who might be a little bit retarded, has this like sports show. And it was that whole agent Taylor Swift phony phone call, which I didn't even record for us yesterday.
It was so bad.
Back to it, but what this guy did, which I found pretty fascinating, is he was able to find the actual replay of this guy named Richard Miller, who does this show. And Sal calls in at around the 4-minute mark. And the way he tries to manipulate these people into saying what they want so that he can then cut it and make it into something that sounds like it was organic and that he meant to do it. So it was just kind of interesting. I'm hoping I can play it for you guys just a little bit here.
Blog Talk Radio.
Just give me a second here. Let me go to something that sounds like what it is.
Blog Talk Radio signed into the Rogan
That's
deal.
what I'm talking about, Richard. I mean, nobody expresses it better than you.
Hang on, I'm going to go to.
Let
me go to like 9
and,
minutes or so. So he stayed on with him for forever.
Taylor Swift. I want to really stay away from those. Beautifully said, Richard. Thank you so much. Can you also say, I don't care about Taylor Swift. I care about football.
I have no interest in Taylor Swift. I'm more interested in the football. I'm more interested in the football. The football matters.
Can you say this? Please calling me about Taylor Swift. This is about football.
See, he just keeps pushing him to say different things.
Don't call me about Taylor Swift. Call me about football.
Can you say, if I get one more Taylor Swift call,
oh my
I'm gonna
God,
kick myself in the nuts.
I'm not gonna say the last part, but if I get one more, if I'm gonna get one more Taylor Swift call, I'm gonna tell you.
This is what they do, and it's such a great look into
wow.
how they manipulate these people. And he stayed on for probably like 20 minutes just saying, can you say this? Can you say Taylor Swift again? No, what I want to talk about is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And then they just kept cutting it and cutting it and cutting it.
So this is like a completely 100% proof that every cranky call is fake.
Every single one.
Every last one of them is fake.
Nothing organic about it.
Everything's fake on this show. The
Really
teeth,
pathetic.
the hair, the collars, the bits, everything is fake.
It's really, really pathetic. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently people are reporting that Shaft is dead. And so.
Shaft?
Yeah, I guess.
It's long. What's his name? Richard Roundtree? No. Richard Roundtree, I think.
Yeah. That guy.
So then we ponder the lifelong question. Here we go. I mean, Can we just talk for a quick second about how that clip goes on for about 25 minutes of them just pushing him and pushing him and pushing him and pushing him to say things.
Well, they can't even punch down correctly.
No.
This is, the guy couldn't be more of a look. Did I ever? I never. God, we never played it on our show, and it was like in our first 2 years. I found a clip of Richard admitting, I think it's on the wrap-up show, of getting a cease and desist from Sirius that they're not allowed to prank call Sirius shows. They actually got from, even though Howard's a partner, they said they don't want to make. So they're not. So they call these shows Blog Talk Radio and Tradio and all these shows that it just doesn't even. It's not. It's half baked. Their heart's not in it. It's just they can't even punch down correctly. And how many times do they do this? But this is all they got in how many months? This is clearly the best they've got, right? Because this is what they chose to play. What was turned down in lieu of this?
You know what? Nothing was turned down. There's probably 50 of these in the kicker just waiting their turn. This is evergreen phony phone calls.
But this is what rose to the surface. This is what he chose. We've got to get this on now. That's the best they got.
If you go onto Instagram, which I did a couple of weeks ago, I went onto Instagram and I went to Wolfie's Instagram, and you see the people that he follows, and it's all these like bizarre little small podcasts, that have call-in shows and stuff like that. And it's just these weird miscreants on YouTube, and they're all people that they've tried to pull into their web and suck into being part of the show, which I find fascinating, to be honest with you. But it's always interesting to see who Wolfie pulls in. I guess we're lost Savior, but okay. So yeah, here's the lifelong question that everybody needs to know. Here we go.
Butthole surfers. I love these guys.
I bet you do.
The butthole surfers. What is a butthole surfer? Is that a comedian?
He has no idea. He's never heard that song before in his life. He's never heard that band before in his life.
They've never been on the show.
No, he has no idea, and he has no idea what butthole surfing means.
Well, does anybody know what butthole surfing is? I looked it up.
I always thought it was a homosexual reference.
At negatory.
No.
Surfing. All these definitions are incorrect. The band The Butthole Surfers actually use this as their name because of all the things people would associate with it. What it actually means is when somebody is running along and fall on their ass and slide on the grass. That is butthole surfing. I actually looked this up on Urban Dictionary, and
Urban Dictionary can be wrong.
I looked for gay reference. I swear, people who slide down banister rails. The butthole surfer never takes the stairs. That's what I got. That's what I got. Butthole surfing.
But I mean, he discovered this song 30 years.
Yes.
30 years, over 30 years, 33 years since it got released.
Yes. So here's the biggest lie of the day, which I'm excited to play for you. Here we go. This is phenomenal. Hang on.
People seem to like when I am Travis Kelce's agent. They like that.
Ah, yes.
Howard, I'm laughing hard listening to Travis Kelce's agent. I still haven't stopped laughing since last week when you said, quote, Travis, she'll change your diaper when the CTE kicks in.
Yeah, that's funny.
The year.
Funny.
When we get many letters on the depening. When I get a letter, I like to give the author the credit. They like to hear themselves, and I like to identify with who wrote it. Why do we not tell you who's writing it? Give us the name of this author. Tell us who's writing these letters.
John from Michigan.
It's got to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
No, it comes.
Couldn't be a back office person writing this, right? This
No,
has got to
not
be
at
real.
all.
This has got to be real.
No.
Possibly
How
be that
dare you?
write in and say fans love.
Fans love it.
Exactly, the loser club. Who is writing an effing email to this show? Who is going on their email box and hitting compose and putting their stupid email address? Who even knows what their email address even is?
It's something at Stern Show.
I know it's very. I know, but do they? Is he advertising it during the show? Is it written anywhere where people would have?
Oh
it,
no!
like,
At
ready
the end
to
of the
go?
show, Fred used to give the email address, and I guess no one wrote, and he stopped doing it.
I'd be curious.
I had a letter read by Howard in 2005 about Artie on the Conan
I had
show.
a thing read on air from Twitter one time where I said Mamet and what's his face look like 15-year-old lesbians, and they thought that was pretty funny. I mean, no attention was given to who sent it or whatever, just that it was from Twitter and it was just kind of like a goof, and that's where they picked it up from. So I can hardly imagine that they're finding any of this information anywhere. So I'm looking at the Howard Stern website right this second just to see.
It should be on there.
But do you think someone's going on their website?
The little email symbol. There it is over in the corner. That's if you hover.
What happens? What happens if you click it? Often it leads you nowhere.
I have to open Google. It opens up into a Stern Show at howardstern.com, but I don't think it is.
Come on, you're wasting your time.
I know. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Nobody cares.
Wow, what an awful website.
Dennis, that was a really great observation because we brought Billy West up yesterday.
Yep.
That horrible they can't even do satire in real time. They can't even write regular jokes. Stop doing radio plays and satire. It's horrible. Nobody buys it. You're not capable of it. You don't have a stat. But they ripped off themselves. They ripped off Billy West's Three Stooges parody. It's exactly right. It was almost frame for frame. Yeah, it was exactly like it.
Except without the humor or the good.
No one's capable of No one's
probably
likable.
An additional 15 people input put into it to make it what it was, which was horrible. Then there was, of course, a knock knock, which was really, really bad. So just a second.
And also, hold on a second. Oh, hey, it's Tony Soprano. Hey, how you doing?
Dear Christ,
Tony.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
Oh, where were you?
Look, I ain't no fucking Fanuc or nothing, but I fucking love Cocktober.
Horrible.
Wow, who's that supposed to be?
I guess
Billy West has a spot on James Gandolfini too. Where is he now? It's amazing. Everything we've read up. There's a lot of great Gandolfini impressionists. Kumi does a great Gandolfini, and that ain't.
But they couldn't pay them, so this is who we get.
Horrible. Really.
We get Dice Gandolfini.
Exactly.
Joe Matarese, right? Dorian. Joe Matarese does a great Gandolfini too.
I hate
perfect.
I hate everything about the knock knock. I think it's right up there with Agent. There's just awful bits, and he continues to do them because he doesn't give a shit about us anymore. Okay, so Bring Back Jackie on Twitter loves to talk about how, and we have talked about this many times, but how Howard shuts off Robin's mic when for an interview. And so this was just made it painfully obvious that that's what he had done. This was delicious.
Those these are the biggest glasses I could find to cover my face. So,
that's bullshit.
That's
you got to stop talking like that because you look good now.
Thanks, man.
I love you. Hi, Robin.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you, Robin.
Robin looked at you and passed out, man.
Oh my God.
There's nothing worse than when a lifelong himbo pretty boy patronizes a fucking goblin that they're good looking, and you can see right through it. Is there anything worse than that? Oh, Howard, seriously, you're great. You look great. You look great. You look just like me. You look great.
Exactly.
Think about Stamos' legacy. At the end of the day, no matter how many ABC gives him a drama and a sitcom, like every 5 minutes it gets canceled, it always goes back to Full House. But at the end of the day, he's a good-looking guy, right? When he goes to the grave, there's nothing you think of him in terms of artistically except you're just a good-looking. You're a good-looking
himbo.
guy. That's it. You're a himbo.
I gotta tell you, his look isn't really attractive to me because his nose job was always so evident that it just.
Oh, he had a nose job? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it was bad too.
Did he really?
We're gonna discuss that in a little while. We're gonna come back to that. So during the interview, now I gotta admit, John sounded like a little bit like manic, a little bit, oh my God. Yeah, so much of that. And so, I guess maybe.
You think he's on Adderall too?
I think it rhymes. I think it rhymes with 8 Hall.
I don't know what goes on with him. But apparently he stopped drinking, but I think there's other things. He's
on strike.
Okay, maybe
he's on strike.
Okay, maybe.
For all
Keeping it
intents and
real.
purposes, he's got a lot of qualities. He's a nice guy. His positives far outweigh his negatives. I don't
rich.
hate the guy. I just hate that he kisses Howard's ass.
I don't hate him at all. I mean, I think he's just, he wrote a book. He wants to sell
Very
books.
limited.
And honestly, his revelations, like Dennis was saying during the show today, he's like, he drank a beer at 6 a.m. Oh my God.
I know. It's like some drinking problem you got, dude.
It was like Cookie cookie book, It's like she had no revelations in there whatsoever.
Wow.
What are you saying, Rodney? Speaking of yesterday, when are you paying off that video tease? Joe Matarese is hot garbage. He has 4 documentaries, though, an inconvenient goof.
Rod, you didn't really spend a 5 spot to rant about Joe Matarese. Come on.
Yeah, I would
Save your
have
money. Give me Popovich or something. Save your money.
Okay, so they start the interview, and every once in a while, John would ask Howard a question, and I want you to hear how uncomfortable he is talking about anything that has to do with himself as opposed to interviewing John.
Well, the Chelsea Handler thing, she had a master class on how to shut him up. You bring up money, you bring up his kids, and then it shuts him right down.
He's so skinny. He has no reason to do Ozempic. He's always been handsome. He's never been chubby. That is not what he.
That's right.
That's right. That's not his drug of choice.
Did you cut? You probably didn't pull the clip of where Howard asked him, "Why are you spray tanning?" He literally asked a Greek guy who lives in California why he's dark.
That's pretty good, David C. He's a likable Scott Baio. Who? Monique?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
Really good. Yep.
Exactly.
I like that.
Scott Baio with charisma.
Yes, and has been able to parlay a bit on a TV show I never watched into a lifelong succession. So yeah, okay. All right, here we go. This is John asking Howard uncomfortable question number 1. Here we go.
It was your first big love.
Yes. Yeah. She came out yesterday, I think, or the day before, and said we were broken up. And I don't think she told me that, because I was so. Do you remember your first love? I think you've talked about it. I was so. What was your first? Who was your first one? You were so in love with?
Yeah. My life wasn't like yours. There were people I were in love with. They weren't that into me.
No, but I mean, you had heartbreak early on. I mean,
sure.
I was.
God damn it, that Allison gag order. She's got some lawyers, huh? He can't even say Allison.
It's not
it's so obvious.
What wasn't even that kid, that the 13-year-old?
We all remember
Gordon.
like our first love when we were kids, but I don't think he had one, because I don't think he ever did anything. I legit think that Allison was the first person he had sex with.
Definitely.
Besides what's his name, his friend.
I will die on that hill.
Sociopaths first love are themselves and only love, right? I mean, it's essentially.
Yeah, he was.
Monique, I love that you talk about. I didn't watch it. I love you telling your girlfriends, like in 1989, I'm staying in to watch Full House instead of going to Xenon or something on a Friday night.
God.
I've never watched Full House.
I've never seen an episode ever.
Okay, Rodney, John, why are you doing Depping podcast at 4 p.m. on midweek? It's throwing off my Depp consumption. I'll make it.
Make the schedule for me, Rodney, and I'll follow you whatever you tell me to do. to the letter, to the minute.
I'll make it right if I want.
Wow.
It's so funny. Really, Rodney, I do miss you. You're just like such an entertaining person on a normal basis, honestly. All right.
So much information in that head.
Apparently, they talked about once they may have gone to Mexico together. Didn't really know this until just now, unless it's something that they've mentioned in the past.
No, it's the Aniston trip. I think it's that same circle. It's that Aniston trip.
Moss is not an Aniston circle, is he?
I've
never heard of him related to them at all.
That's the only time he's been to Mexico. It was with that trip.
By the way, great clip, Monique. A lot of people would have glossed over that. That's the dog ears we've been trained to have. That was a great clip. A lot of people wouldn't have gotten that.
Well, thank you. Let's hear the next one. Here's a little sidebar.
John, I swear to you, I didn't know it was so bad.
Well, I know you
when
said
we were in Mexico, I thought maybe
I was
something
hammered.
was going on.
Yeah.
You were hammered, Barbie. That was. Do you remember what was going on? You were like always like in your room, and maybe
Look who's talking. You left. You never left your room.
It's true. I had something wrong with me too.
Yeah, never left his room. Can you imagine? I just imagine Howard on vacation being like the psycho that he is.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't fathom him at all.
Yeah.
No, it'd be it's just sociopathic.
And all these Menchie celebrities capitulating to his bullshit the whole time.
Yep.
And I want to hear the talk about him after the vacation's over. I want to hear when they're flying home, them talking shit about him, whether it's Kimmel and Molly or Stamos. I want to hear the gossip, them talking shit about him after they leave. What a psycho he is.
I'd really like to go back to that Mexico trip. Yes, it was Aniston, Kimmel, and Stamos, etc., that wanted to fuck with Howard when he was sleeping and begged Beth begged him not to. Then he left early. I need a refresher on that. I don't really have.
Wasn't it Clooney?
No, Clooney wasn't there.
No,
What's the
Clooney wasn't
Clooney
there.
vacation?
That was the mountains, I think, with the snake boots. Was that was that the Clooney one with the snake
in
boots?
Italy with them? Or
Okay,
No.
I'm thrilled and excited that we don't know this. So I'm good with not knowing. Somebody else might know it, and I'm good that we don't. That's all I have to say. Then John
Shellback's Club. Hey, John, remember when I blew you?
John. Then John asked this curious question.
Don't you have these guys that you wanted to get back at? Yes.
Yeah.
Pig
Oh,
vomit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a list.
All
for
of
you.
them. I mean, there's a ton of guys.
Did you
That
get
propelled me.
You're right. I know it did. Did you get? Did you ever be cheated on?
I was in like a long-term, not really. I mean, but I wouldn't call these women my girlfriend. That's like women wanted to be your girlfriend. I knew people, and then I'd find out that maybe she was fucking another guy I knew, because really she wasn't my girlfriend. I didn't have that kind of success. I mean, some of those romps in the book are great because
Look at how he just deflects. He has no answer.
Humana.
No
Humana.
answer. He's never had success.
That's obfuscation Jim Jordan's not capable of.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. He's never had relationships other than Beth and Allison. That's it. So he has no no historical data. He has no empirical data to go back to say, yes, all of us know that one stupid douchebag that cheated on us. All of us know the first loves of our lives, but he can't answer those questions.
The long-term relationship is Allison. So are we talking about David Simon in this? Her new husband?
Ralph.
Is that a code for this? Because there's no other. There's no other reference point other than that. Other than Allison.
What about Ralph cheating with Samsung?
God damn it, Monique! Great clip.
I just
you wouldn't think you'd get this from Stamos, right?
But Stamos is just so naive. He
doesn't care.
Questions to have chatty time because he was rambling incoherently.
But he's not sandbagging. He's asking him basic questions. You would just have a conversation with someone and you throw it back to them. Who's the love of your life? If you've been cheated on, it's not a ridiculous question. If Howard said that to him, he'd expect an answer. It's really, you can't say anything to him
and get an answer.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It is. Okay, so
would you rather hear him fumfer like that or actually give an answer?
No, I love the fumfer.
I do too. I think I like the
funnier.
fumfer better.
But
itself is an answer.
But the thing is, remember, Howard is incapable of normal human emotion or human interaction. He's completely incapable of doing that. So that's why these people never listen to the show. They don't understand that he can't.
And because he has so little life experience.
Yeah.
There's no other. It's very easy to pin down who these people are because there's only like two answers to it. You know what I mean? There's two people in his life. It's not
Literally
difficult.
You're right. I mean, there is no answer. There is no answer.
I mean, he didn't even come back with that fake story about the prettiest girl at Boston College.
We brought that up again today.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't answer that question with it, which is really showing that that's a lie. That's 100% lie.
And she was probably just like a peripheral friend of his, not even somebody that he could
exactly
girlfriend.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Once and thought that was like the most amazing thing ever in the world. It's stupidity. So there was a lot of rambling by John Stamos in these clips. This is just a little ramble. This is indicative of the entirety of this conversation with him.
Wait, do you think you could have had a great life with her?
I have a great life with Caitlin. So if
I know.
I mean,
know
and
that.
I do mean that. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think she was the one. I thought at the time I did. This was before I, met. I think it was
I
before
love
met
that.
Caitlin.
I love that little story in your book about.
Yeah, he's so proud of himself that he actually read the book. But meanwhile, it was like a book.
No, he didn't.
He didn't really read it.
He got half the stuff wrong. I mean, once again, he asked questions and the question was wrong. It wasn't even like close to being correct. It was wrong.
I guess if Will Murray and Jason are really doing their job, it's to read the book and then make it really seem like Howard read it and really get it in and make him. You have to deliver this like you read it.
No, not happening.
You know what? It's very easy to say in the book this happened, in the book this happened, in the book this happened. But normally, if Howard has actually read a book, he will 1000% the day before or even the week before start saying, "Did you know that happened to him? And did you know that but that didn't happen this time?" And actually, John Stamos at some point said, "I'm mad at Gary for not reading the book," because apparently he asked Gary when he was walking in the door whether or not he read it. And he said, no, he did not.
I'm 100% sure it's Will Murray's job to read the book. They let that slip somewhere.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that also because he's the head writer now.
Yes. Well, here's the question of the day, which we thought was hysterical. Here we go. Hang on.
Serious and don't joke to get out of things. But then I did.
Tell everyone what your fake name is when you have, you don't want to be John
I had to
Stamos.
change it now, but it was Cy Sperling, president of Hair Club.
Cy Sperling. Cy Sperling Hair Club for Men.
Robin just woke up. No, I'm kidding, Robin.
Wow.
Listening to everything.
I know.
John, by the way, your hair is all your own, right? I mean, that's your hair.
And you too.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you? No, I don't. What do you do? You do you put gel in your hair? Well, I mean, by the way, your hair is all your own, right? I mean, that's your hair.
And you too.
Yeah. What do you do? You do you put gel in your hair?
Like really?
That's a dig. There's such a dig. Oh my god.
Robin, you just woke up. First off, it's hysterical.
That's great.
This is really at the wrap-up point where he starts asking the inane and stupid questions like, what color are your underwear? What are you doing the rest of the day? Did you piss yet? Just stupid stuff that he just drags shit onto. Oh my God, what is this? Mo, F, Marry, Kill.
Oh no.
Everything's Long Island with Josh.
Serial killer? J.D. Harmeyer, noted Long Island Railroad passenger Colin Ferguson.
These are people who have attacks on trains all in an F, Marry, Kill.
Okay, Joel was like that gross Jewish guy who killed his child. J.D. Harmeyer is a disgusting animal. I don't know who Colin Ferguson is. I'll have to look at a picture of him. But just off the top of my head, I'm going to go with, this is horrible. I get none of them. J.D. Harmeyer.
Colin Ferguson's the Jamaican black guy, Jamaica Queens black guy who shot the people on the train. It was like in 1994.
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, let me look.
Well,
it was a big story at the time.
All right, he's the one with the most initiative then of the three.
Yeah.
Oh, because see, when I pull up Colin Ferguson, this is who comes. I'm really comfortable.
Complete opposite lives.
Person that you're asking me to F or marry. Definitely.
I don't think it's him.
He defended himself in court, Colin Ferguson, too.
Yeah, it was one of the worst defenses ever.
It was cool.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come up on my radar. So this guy is being.
What do you have a Schwuggy button on your Google search?
God.
I mean,
I do not. Shooter.
Your Google search is like beefuses. Oh, there he is. It's
There
like
he is. There he is.
bets.
There he is. There he is to fool himself.
I would probably take him over JD any day. I would.
He has initiative, man.
Yeah,
that's a great sketch. That was a great sketch too.
I would take him over JD. So in summation, I will F. This is horrible. I would F Colin Ferguson. I would kill JD Harmeyer. Let me look at Joel Rifkin really quickly here. I hate
Joel.
so much for this, and I hate that you actually paid for. Jesus.
Ooh. Oh.
Yikes.
Monique, you can start a new podcast, Riffin' with Rifkin. do it on Saturday night.
Wow.
You have 5 minutes left. All right, Joel, we got to do this really quickly.
Wow.
Oh my God. No, I got nothing. I can't. I
Dude,
won't.
It's $12. You donated 1, 2, 3, 4.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's great.
Howard and Stamos, even like the most mundane repartee is terrifying. They don't know. I mean, it's not Stamos' fault. He just everything he throws at Howard is a huge landmine. He can't get anything going with him. It's so bizarre. They have no chemistry at all. How did they ever hang out?
I don't know that. I think it was the girls because they were just so proud of themselves that they both had
100%
girlfriend and la 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 la, and Stamos probably really wanted to get in with Howard, so it was.
Why?
I don't. You know what? Howard, back when John Stamos first got his attention, was really popular. I mean, so this is like a really popular guy.
You think it was like, you know what? Dave Coulier is not nerd enough. I need to put something nerdy.
He never did the show, Coulier. He never did that.
No, he didn't.
No, I'm talking about Stamos. The people he'd hang out with,
Howard stopped having Saget on for a long time, and then Saget was one of the guys that helped Artie out when he went through his problems. And Saget went around talking about how much he thought Howard enabled Artie and stuff. And he hadn't done the show in at least a decade. He directed Dirty Work.
Dude, that wig. It's like, you know what? It looks like the ones that they used when they drafted the Constitution.
John, you're so crazy.
I mean,
that's
know what that
not
looks
Uncle
like?
Jesse.
Silly.
That thing on his head looks like what you like if you're getting
unrealistic.
dust. Getting the dust off your ceiling fan.
So cool. Nothing about Howard has ever looked cool, ever.
No, nothing.
No part of him. No part.
Down to that tattoo.
Okay, so let me go on with clips.
Oh
no, Kylie, no, I would not sleep in JD's bed for $1,000 or $10 or $10,000.
Dude, that picture's killing me, man.
I know, I like it. That's why I'm going to keep it up here.
Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion.
So shockingly, he makes note of the fact that Robin's mic is back on. So here she goes because she's a friggin' loon too. Here we go.
All right, John, you got to go. I'm getting 50 fucking messages on my computer.
I love you. Thanks for having me.
I love you too.
It's great.
And
I love you, Robin. Thank you.
Congratulations
Couple
on
of
the
things
book.
I want to say.
Okay.
First of all,
Go
you know
ahead,
how
Robin.
Ronnie changed after marriage. There's a new John Stamos. Since
Really?
he's become a husband and a family man,
Right.
and it's
Shit,
really
Robin.
beautiful to see. And the other thing is, you can be proud of this interview. It's a great interview.
I can't.
So her new thing is now she gets to the point in an interview at the end. She feels I haven't said anything germane or anything this whole interview. I have to say something at the end, no matter how nonsensical.
Be proud. Be brave. The interview was good.
Dude.
Wasn't that exactly like Schwarzenegger? The ending of the Schwarzenegger
Yes,
one?
pretty much. Yes. Yes.
Do not despair. Be true to your feelings. Times will change. Your oppression will end. But if you're a man, be safe, be brave, and above all, be proud to be a boy lover.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
because at the end of the Schwarzenegger thing, she's like, there were never any buff guys as leading actors, and I'm just like, Burt
Really?
Lancaster. I don't know.
He even thought it was stupid. I mean, he just couldn't. He just couldn't get over it. Okay, so then, and again, they're dragging it out. He has to leave. He just continues to ask questions. It's just so stupid. So here goes this one.
Good parts.
Hey, by the way, John says Michael Jackson's doctor did his nose job. Thank God he didn't give you Michael Jackson's nose.
Tell me
Your
about
career
it.
would have been over. I mean, really.
Yeah, that's amazing because that's a good note.
Yeah.
I think it's time to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I want to talk about it. So one of the guys on the listening thing this morning says in his memoir, John explains that when he was a child, He was called Big Nose Stamos. This led him to wanting to get a nose job. His first big break in Hollywood came in 1982 in a role in General Hospital. He portrayed a teen taken in by Rich and Leslie Weber. During his time on the soap, he had a few weeks off and decided to get his nose done. Everyone who gets a nose done tries to find some excuse other than vanity, but let's call it what it is, vanity. When he got back to the set after his time off, John's co-star Chris actually noticed the change and said something. About the nose job, John wrote, "I'm not all that happy with it. My nose looks kind of pushed up like Peter Pan or something." He then admitted to a second plastic surgery procedure. So I made a little graphic for us. So this would be...
Well, that's a vain son of a bitch. That's not bad at all. It's a normal nose. Who would be...
This would be your Greek boy number
Yep.
one. That would be John Stamos during, his teen years.
They didn't have the deviated septum excuse back then, Monique, which everybody uses now.
No, exactly.
The deviated septum was exactly what everybody used.
That's the vain excuse they use. I got to know. I have deviated septum. I'm not
can't breathe through my nose. I have a deviated.
Young Artie Lang.
It is like a young Artie. Oh my God,
That's pretty
you
good.
said that. That's amazing.
Part in the middle.
That is amazing. Yes. Well, it's it's that same age group. So that's the hair. That was the no. You know who he looks like? What was Scott Baio's cousin's name? Chris Baio.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know his cousin's name. What was his name? Darky on that soap opera, General Hospital.
This guy.
It's like like he was on that. It's like a weird name, like Darky or Blackie. Thanks, Mike White.
Darky.
Yeah. That's a social club, Dennis.
Here I am. After nose job number one. And then here we are.
Jimmy Baio. I don't know Jimmy Baio. Autobot and Benjamin.
Nose job number two. So
I
he
like
had
it.
Little Cupid nose right there, a little pushed up, a little snouty, and now he's got like the serious nose. I'm a serious actor.
So it's so funny how absolutely just out of touch Blobbin is. I mean, to ask about the nose, to talk about his nose that he hates, that he actually wrote in the book that he doesn't like. This is so perfect.
I'm not wrong.
Well, I mean,
oh my God, it is Jimmy Baio.
I'm not wrong.
Oh my God.
We have teeth that aren't perfect, and we get braces.
The Lesser Baio. The Lesser
Wow.
Baio. Yes. I do love that. Wait, hold on. Where was I? Yeah. Yeah, they all look the same. This is that.
Why is it that, Monique, we have no problem talking about the braces we got at 14 for our teeth that aren't perfect, but we're very, very uptight about the nose job if one gets one? Why is the braces the vanity acceptable thing?
That's not even comparable. The braces are like a.
Why isn't it vanity?
A lot of times, no. I mean, your mouth with like really fucked up teeth is a horrible thing to look at. I mean, you're talking to somebody who didn't get it done until she was 50. So, I have no thoughts about this at all, and I actually regret getting them. I mean, I have amazing straight teeth now, but I liked them before. It gave my face personality, and now I feel bland, such is life. But
I was told your teeth, you don't need braces, but it's nice to have them. Your teeth, and I'm like, I don't want them, and I got them. It was vanity. It was pure vanity.
Some people it helps because
I didn't ask for it.
But no, on some people they need to have braces because their teeth are overlapping or they have an under and overbite. These are things that actually over time can become very bad.
But that's the deviated septum excuse for the nose.
But no, it's not. It's a different thing. This is actually
you
something
can't
that's
breathe,
medical.
Dennis, with a deviated septum.
One is an excuse. The other one is a necessity. I just, I went to visit some of my friends at my old job the other day, and they were telling me about somebody that works there who was having a consultation with a doctor. I don't even know what state they were in, because her son, who's 17 years old, this is crazy, never lost his baby teeth. None of them.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, they're all like little like doll teeth.
Ralph Macchio
lost his baby teeth. They've never pushed out. They never did anything. And now he has to have the entirety of his mouth. All of his teeth have to be removed, and he has to have a full denture plate put in because none of the teeth are going to come out.
Wow.
So you have to pull out those teeth, take out the ones that are impacted, and then give them
Years ago, he could have just joined the circus.
Have amazing streets.
Oh my God, Sarah's chiming in, yelling at me for getting the soap opera dirt wrong. She's like a soap opera savant. I have corrected you 100 times. Blackie
Dolphins.
is not his name. It's nice to know you listen to the Gunk people.
Man, same. I love Jimmy Bayo. I thought he was like cute. He was like the slightly chubby cousin of Scott Baio. He seemed more gettable than Scott Baio did. Only to
Jimmy
find out
Bayo. Where do we know him from? Jimmy
we
Bayo.
don't.
Bad News
He was
Bears.
like Bad News Bears.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then he appeared in one of like the Scott Baio shows or something. But yeah, he was like
Right
the
on.
less Baio.
Charles
To,
in charge.
to
Was he
even
like the
imagine
Osmonds?
that there would be a day where Scott Baio in a drug-induced fucking stupor would be like, half naked on my couch
You should have put a Sharpie in his butt.
at the Mondrian. That's where that was. All right, so that's the nose job. Let's move on. Of course, this naturally happens after John
How do you
leaves.
like that? Hey, by the way, I'm going to credit myself. I told John to write a book, and this is from, I don't know what year this is from.
Oh, yeah?
I told him this 2 years ago when he was on the show. Listen to this. It would be the greatest book ever if John wrote a book about it. Some of us have had a glimpse of what John has been up to in his life, and it's probably the greatest life that anyone has ever lived.
Wow.
Profound, huh? Profound. So then they get into this really weird conversation about, I guess John had maybe mentioned about, Robin looking so hot back in the bullshit. And then Howard is talking about how she could have had him. And she really believes this. And so then she goes into a list of people that she thinks that she could have had. And it was just so bizarre to go into like an entire conversation about who she could have had. So she believes it. So let's listen to Robin's delusions. Here we go.
You go for it. You don't, you got to.
Why didn't you go for it,
I
Robin?
loved John, and I
Yeah.
thought that would make a mess
What?
Go for it.
of our relationship.
Huh?
You would have been so orgasmic because when you're that hot for a guy, you know how you get.
Yeah, but
would have been great.
again, would I want to see him walking into the studio to do an interview? I don't know. I had the foresight to say, I don't know if I could handle it.
Wow.
Real question for you guys. Do you think Robin is this delusional, thinking she has
Yes.
access to
Yes.
these A-list
100%.
studs
Yes.
like
100%
McConaughey
yes.
and Bradley Cooper,
Absolutely.
every
Yes.
A-list stud that's come in here?
Yes.
I think you're right. I agree with you. I think she really. Is there anyone more delusional? Let's call this show business. Let's be bold. Is there anyone more delusional in all show business than Robin, thinking she has access to
No.
these guys and thinking this is a
Pauly
realistic
Shore.
scenario?
No, Pauly Shore.
It's different for guys.
Girls.
I'm talking about
Kidding,
women.
man.
Just women. just women.
Corey Feldman.
Just
Corey
women.
Feldman's up there.
No, Corey Feldman thinks he can have any woman he
I'm
wants.
talking about women. It's delusions. Guys
Corey
are different.
Feldman.
Nobody's as delusional as Blobbin. I mean, no,
I'm
nobody.
I'm sure there are.
Go into conversation about how
Channing Tatum.
about how Muhammad Ali wanted her, and that was like such a thing.
They were intertwined. That's
Inter-
they were totally intertwined.
Yeah.
Well, let me put that one on since I put the picture up. Hang on.
Please.
He was serious about it.
He was very serious.
Very serious.
And
He wanted
when I met Muhammad Ali, I was standing there and we took a picture together and we wound up all wrapped up around each other, but it took us a while to get wrapped up around each other. And the
Wrapped up.
photographer dropped her camera and said, "Are you two finished?" And I
I'll
said,
tell you,
"You
yeah.
have to forgive us because we're falling in love."
Oh
And
my
Muhammad
God.
whispered in my ear, "You don't know how right you are."
Now, did you really think that was going to lead into some sexual encounter in the bathroom, Robin? Like, where did you think that was going to go?
First of all,
Where's that going?
this is totally like Howard. This is like Howard. The other person is dead. He cannot refute the story.
No, that's
So,
Listen.
and even when
total
he
lie.
wrote this, he was like basically a stumbling,
Yeah.
Listen. This is when Ali was losing his mind. He probably thought she was Joe Frazier. and while she was blowing him, he's like, "Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier."
Thank you, David. And I don't want to forget to thank the
K.
person that was there before, Mike Hunsmell.
From Cassius Clay to Cassius Gay. I'd say David C. That's so true. Lisa G had the same thing. That's something about this show, giving these old biddies delusions that they somehow have access to these, like, top A-list guys. The Lisa G had the same shit. You remember that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It says Robin rejecting Stamos before he rejects her. I could have had John, but I'm thinking of the show first. Yes, of course you are. Of course.
How brave of her.
Yeah, let's hear some other people. Let's hear some other things.
Listen.
Turned down Will Smith, who's a handsome guy. John Stamos. And
Is there any world where Wilson, and
No.
the illusion is even better because a lot of times it would be like if somebody was on the show, they'd be like, "Hey, Robin, how you doing?" And just kind of.
And they're just being polite, saying she's good, like doing that thing. You look good today, Robin.
Then do that. That's just what you do.
But Will Smith, though, parents wouldn't
Showbiz
understand.
politics.
Yeah.
another handsome guy. Here's something else.
You don't even know, probably.
You don't even know.
What was that guy's name who used to have the videos with the girls playing the
Joe
instrument?
Francis?
Robert Palmer? Was that his name?
Yeah, Robert Palmer.
He
Yeah.
came and visited me in my little cubicle at K-Rock. He said,
Yeah.
who are you?
Who are you?
And I'm like, what's this guy doing in my room?
He came into your cubicle to tell you, Robin, the lights are on and no one's home.
Another dead guy.
Yeah, exactly. Another dead guy.
Are you?
Ted the janitor.
He's also dead.
Yeah.
Actually, Ted the janitor had the greatest line ever. He was like, Robin, I'm gonna go. Come on, let's go in the back room. I can go blacktop you. That's where you lay down and I got on top of you.
Azores, we did a show kind of on that. It was Rodman and Clarence Clemens and Penn Jillette.
We did a Robin show where we went into
Yep.
all of her. Well, we went into all the ones that she did date.
Yeah, with video of it.
All these delusions. Here's some
Christopher
more.
Darden.
Yeah, here's some more. Here's more.
Somebody come into the room. He had looked at me.
Wait, listen to the conversation though. And so this is her thinking that he wanted her. Okay, but this is where the story just drops dead.
Really?
What did he say to you?
He just said, who are you?
And what'd you say?
I don't know.
You said, I don't know who I am? No wonder he ran out.
What?
Dennis Rodman wanted you.
Obviously, I'm not cool with this whole thing.
That's the story.
Okay.
Wow.
That was worthy of a story.
Great story, bro.
Story,
Yeah.
bro.
Wow.
Story, bro. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you get.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I know. There's nothing else to say. I know.
I mean, they had Joe. They kept on going back to Joe Frazier, who by the time he was on the show, was
Rambling incoherent. Did he?
yeah. I mean, he got beaten so bad
Yeah.
that he didn't know where he was.
Exactly. He had cauliflower ears. He probably couldn't even hear what he was saying to himself. I mean, there's no part of anyone who really wanted Robin unless they were like D-list people that were trying to get into the show, Jim Florentine, and try to.
Brendan Fraser and what's his name? Brendan, the one that the 15 Foundation.
Murphy.
Brendan Murphy.
Brendan Murphy.
High number. That's another theory that Doth protests too much, or she's trying too hard to look hetero, that she's actually a lesbian.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so they
She's
love to team her
112%.
with all these completely unrealistic pairings to cover her lesbianism, which is another great theory.
You know, what also is a really big thing is the fact that for years, for forever, he has made music about her boobs, how attractive she is.
Yeah.
Even today,
Gassing her head up.
Oh God.
And she buys into. She actually buys into it.
She buys into.
Yeah.
So she is a narcissist, right?
Yes. Got the score to prove it.
She's off the chart.
Yeah.
with her narcissism. So she does believe it. That is absolutely. She believes that she is
100%.
that good.
Has
all
anyone
legit,
here
not a
ever?
goof.
That's another great question. Has anyone ever heard Robin show a shred, a scintilla of humility in any way, shape, or
No.
form?
Never.
Think about that.
No.
Of all the time we've listened to the show, has even Howard shown occasional humility once in a while? Has she ever shown humility?
No.
You realize that Robin has never apologized for anything.
That's true.
Ever. She's never apologized
She'd rather fight
ever.
and apologize. She'd rather fight than say sorry.
Yes, she has never apologized when she was blatantly wrong.
Because she doesn't have accountability either. Dan.
Oh, no. Zero.
No.
So you don't have to. When you usually don't have to apologize, you don't have accountability.
That's exactly right.
Cleaning out the computer.
Okay, so you heard some of our clips about Howard kind of beating up other people's children. So we wanted to talk about that really quickly. But it's really interesting to get into the Rebecca Romaine Stamos kind of thing and harken back into the history of time to relive the story of how they kind of got together and how weird that was. And everything's very like shady.
Fluid?
Yeah, rewritten.
Fluid.
4 different stories.
How that whole thing went down and whatever. So should I go to the MP3s first or should I go to the videos first? So
I should also say, did you know this led to the first time Beth ever called into the show?
No.
It was the first time
Holy
Beth
crap.
they do like a grand announcement. I don't think I heard this fully as it aired. I didn't circle back. Like Gary does this grand announcement that Beth's coming on the air and it was unprecedented.
Okay, but I should start with the
Go back, yeah, do this stuff before because I resent you the end. I would go to about the 40-second mark of the Cody and Cassidy.
40-second mark.
Oh, I don't want to do Cody and Cassidy. I'm on Rebecca Romaine Stamos. I don't
Oh,
have
it's
Cody and Cassidy.
well,
Let's
you're
go
not
to
gonna
No, I can't.
Oh,
do you
what?
really want me to do that? You bastard.
Yeah. I just want to hear because Howard essentially puts a hit out on their kids through Mike Walker. He sicks Mike Walker to stalk her kids. Is there anything? Could you imagine Trump doing that? Could you imagine in today MSNBC would spend a month on Trump if this was his audio? If he went after someone's kids like this, could you imagine? This is the worst thing you could. He's sicking the National Enquirer on our kids.
Yeah.
Ask you this though. Have you guys laid off Cassidy and Cody?
We heard some of this. Let me go.
You go to about 40 seconds.
That's a big question. I mean, there's no answer. I mean, we don't sit around talking about it. I guess it's just we don't think about it.
Has it been an editorial meeting about that?
Out of sight, out of mind. I mean, you know.
I think I need to go to a few editorial meetings at the Enquirer office.
Is there things they're not thinking about?
I might have to fly down to Lantana, Florida.
What people think.
I just want to know if Cody and Cassidy are on drugs yet, if any of them are gay.
How old are they now? Those kids?
That's what I'm. The next generation difference.
Cody's got to be 26.
He's 9 years old.
I will bring this up in the next editorial.
Thank you. I need
wow.
And again,
what a dick.
He's a dick.
Damn.
So Mike Walker capitulated to Howard, agrees to cover her kids. This is they're about 9. I think Cody's 9 and Cassidy's 8.
Wow.
Something like that.
That's very important that he finds out this information. That's just how much he hated Kathy Lee Gifford for no good reason whatsoever.
And she forgave him.
She was more popular than
Yeah,
him.
why
That's
did she forgive him? I mean, come on, man.
She forgave him.
Another one.
To your kids, what's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
He emails Rebecca all the time, by the way.
Is that right? You didn't tell us
Mr.
that.
Under the Radar.
I've written to her 4 times.
my goodness.
4 times. She always writes me first.
Bull.
That's true.
That's bull.
That's what maybe she lies to you.
That's bull.
She just tells when you respond, huh?
Anyway, so we have a thing. And I'll be honest, you said come have dinner and let's have a thing.
I really don't remember that.
I swear to God, I felt uncomfortable because it was their quiet night.
We can't spend any more time on whether you were supposed to stay or not.
Yeah, you seemed real uncomfortable.
I was.
Yeah, okay.
You make me nervous.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're having but we really did. We were drinking vodka and cranberry. And uncomfortable. I was like, we should leave. And you guys were like, no, stay. Let's dance. Let's hang out.
Oh my God, this is such a lie.
And we're playing with your stereo. And we're playing music.
Rebecca's.
They catch Howard in like 10 lies here.
It's like 2 broads at the beauty
Here's what
parlor.
happened.
Go into the next one.
Rebecca says, do my clothes offend you? Right?
True.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
All right. If you want to know the truth.
Yes.
And I said, yes, they do.
We've been to like 3 or 4
Well, what
hours.
happened? I mean, Rebecca took her clothes off.
Yes.
Oh, get out of here.
What? John is so horny.
All of it?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So did Beth.
No. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I don't remember that.
Yes.
I swap.
Look, this is exactly
No.
about here.
Here's the deal.
Am I ever going to be invited?
Where did they get naked? Where were they? In the city?
In the Millennium
apartment.
Towers.
And did they have a hot tub there, I guess? Is that what we're saying?
Let's assume they have a hot tub, right? I mean, he's calling it a bathtub. Let's
Okay,
assume there's a huge hot tub. Yeah.
We can't put a hot tub anywhere unless it's on the roof. I mean,
Okay. This is why I never called you back.
Well, it could be one of those tubs with the jets in it.
My girlfriend.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
She's jealous of
a swinger. So then,
right.
So right,
Well,
I did.
What did you do?
Tell Howard's is his fantasy, but what,
I don't know. Rebecca and I were dancing.
Well, she had no clothes on.
Did you have clothes on? I had some clothes on. John and I made love, okay?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
This
isn't Nobu? No.
Howard, Beth wanted my pants. I was wearing some army pants.
Well,
Beth was admiring them all night. It was her birthday. I said, "Here, take my pants."
What are you doing? I didn't give you my girlfriend's number. Give it to Gary. Oh,
He's
okay.
so jealous.
Wait a minute.
You don't want
Why?
to say something.
Wow.
What?
There's something going on.
You're holding something. No, this is not. I never lie. I never lie.
Liar.
This happened. We were like, Beth and I had only known each other for a few months, like a month.
You were very possessive over her, and Beth was like, "Let's hang out. I'm coming to LA." And you're like, "No, don't call them. Stay away from them."
That's not true.
Why
believe
should
him.
we believe you?
Why are you lying, John?
Why should we believe you, Howard?
Because you know what? And now John's going to start.
Wow.
I don't want to see John with his pants off.
you
But
know,
John's
this is not
trying
fair.
to.
The only one. A good-looking orgy.
No. Let me say something. Except for me. When John takes off his pants, he's a good-looking guy.
No, but I'm wearing giggling.
John gets the Polaroid camera out, and he's.
Oh my God! You have a Polaroid picture of it.
I do.
You have a.
What?
Apparently, he did a photo shoot during this, and there's no cell phone cameras at the time, and he is
Right.
Polaroid.
Yeah.
Polaroid.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Usually, when you hear that conversation, the next thing that comes out is, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is my wife, Caitlin."
Exactly.
All right, let's continue.
Well, he starts talking to my girlfriend, and I see he's going into the love voice and everything, and I'm going.
He's whispering.
And I'm standing there with Rebecca, and I realize.
It was not. I swear.
John was touching my girlfriend, but I wasn't touching Rebecca.
No.
To tell you the truth, he was Rebecca.
Now maybe we'll get some truth.
Hi.
Have you been listening?
Okay, first of all, I can't believe you're telling this story.
I'm not. John's doing it.
No, I'm not.
I'm the one
No,
who
you guys
was.
are both doing it, but it's fine. It's totally fine.
All right.
Good radio.
On the clock.
John never hit on Beth at all. It was
I
so
thought he
innocent
was.
and so sweet.
And I think you were kind of cornering me. Maybe we were going to get it on, but here's the thing.
Around. And by the way, everybody was in their drawers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everyone was.
Now I know.
And let me just say
Everybody was
something. And let me say something.
Until Beth took my pants.
No.
Yeah, and Beth took John's pants, and that's why Beth's clothes came off.
Now Beth calls in.
Beth calls in. This is the first time she's ever called in.
Your girlfriend wants to come on the air. Honey?
I cannot believe I'm doing this. I can't believe we're doing this. Okay, hi, John. Hi, honey.
Hi.
She was saying hi to me, honey.
I know. Right, go ahead.
Beth, did
Yeah.
you and Rebecca kiss?
No.
John, send John out of here.
No. John, leave.
Seriously, there was none of that. None of that. Was I hitting on you?
John?
Yeah.
No.
But
Not at all.
I felt.
Howard, you're delusional.
I felt.
Who's saying no?
I felt
Yeah,
John.
Howard's delusional. If John isn't hitting on Beth.
Well, that's what you think. You're his wife.
Well, ask Beth.
Because Rebecca knows, like, she knows who he has. There's no way he would be hitting
Tommy.
I
Beth.
thought you were
But
being
it-
please tell me with Rebecca.
Hey,
Wow. How about that? She did my clothes, and I hate to be a bad guest.
Rebecca has a move.
She started it, right?
You know, Rebecca is a supermodel, right?
You know,
Beth?
I was very intimidated by Rebecca. Why?
You should be.
I'm sitting next to Rebecca, and she asks Howard if her clothes offend him. No, but it's
And then I stopped things because I came over and I grabbed Beth away from you, and I
Their birthday.
John, I love those pants, by the way. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome, Beth.
I know.
So what did he wear home exactly?
Yeah, how he goes into so he thinks Howard gave him a pair of like parachute pants or something, and I think that's the last clip.
Jesus.
Oh, without pants.
So I asked, and I had to
So
go,
John
we had to
took
go
a
meet
pair of my
somebody,
pants.
and he gave me the crappiest, like the most beautiful, all these great clothes, and I was going somewhere nice after. First of all, they didn't want us to leave. I swear to God,
that's a
Rebecca.
lie.
It's not. You're naked.
No,
Are you kidding
they
me?
didn't want us to leave. I
Why
said,
do you
we're
think-
leaving. It's weird. You guys are slow
Beth,
dancing.
is that true? Didn't we want them to
Beth.
leave? And didn't they eat?
No.
Beth, seriously, this is Rebecca. Were you guys trying to get rid of us that night? I mean, you guys weren't over that long, were you? You weren't over that long, exactly.
Long enough for everybody to get
It was
naked.
about, yeah.
Beth,
it was a
didn't
long time.
Rebecca eat all of the Chinese food I bought for you?
I did eat Rebecca ate all
She
my
had a
roast
lot of
shrimp.
shrimp, yeah. I felt really weird. Like, I was like, what are you doing? I got mad at her.
Yeah, so you look real mad.
Yeah, I was
John
pissed off.
was mad.
But then,
I think.
Beth, you had some equal time.
I
Beth,
gotta
what
tell
were
you-
you wearing? Beth, what were you wearing?
What was I wearing when?
Before you took my pants.
My underwear? No, before.
That's it. No, Rebecca, that was the right answer.
He doesn't want to know what she. He doesn't want to know what she wore out that evening.
She was wearing a G-string.
Did you guys have sex with Beth in front of John?
They were bidding, but they were slow dancing, and I said, "Let's get out of here, Rebecca." So I asked for some pants.
You decided to leave.
Totally.
So were the Stearns actually the creepers in this scenario? Like,
Sounds that way, doesn't it?
Oh, that's a scenario I could not wait to get out of if I was.
Howard wants to think Stamos hit on her because it makes him look better.
I'm so mad at him.
No. I go into my closet.
Because doesn't everybody want my
I'm not giving
That's
you
right.
my good pants.
Who care? I'm gonna get them.
I found a pair of blue sailor pants that are the ugliest pants. And I put out looking good. I gave him gay pants.
Because you're so cheap. I said, give me an.
And John Stamos is a bit of a pussy boy for actually giving Beth his pants.
I don't
She
even
was like, oh, I love your camouflage. Can I wear them? That kind of shit. So he's like, he's a nice guy. He's like, sure, take him, whatever. I'll just borrow Howard's pants. And
Pretty sure it went. If you strip down, I'll give you my pants.
But
if
I
you
mean,
strip down,
yes, that's exactly.
Well,
exactly.
He's banging Rebecca at her peak.
Yeah.
I think he's got no problems with like whatever. Yeah.
Well,
Like,
right.
Come on.
So
what do you care?
So the thing is though, what's so funny is that the fake supermodel Beefus is intimidated by Rebecca Romaine.
Bro.
I mean, that's how you just know it's not a real model.
Having those two together, it's like going to backstage of Cheap Trick, expecting Robin Zander and getting Bunny Carlos.
What?
Dennis got that.
I thought that was really bad.
Jesus. So there's. Let's see.
You have cornered the market on cheap trick lead singer bait and switch acts.
Absolutely, I did.
So this is them while they were together. Yeah, there's Rebecca as she would look at Howard's house.
Dude, she was at her peak.
Yeah, I mean, she
Mystique.
was
absolutely dropped.
Remember, she played a character in the Marvel movies where basically they just painted her body blue and just had her just put covers on her nips, and that was it.
Literally, she got the job because she looked good naked.
Exactly.
And then we were brainwashed to believe that Jennifer Lawrence looked as good as she did when she took.
No.
No,
no.
No, it wasn't the same.
Professor X made us believe that.
Okay, let's clip on this, and then we'll get to the MP4s. Hang on a second. All right, hold on. Let me just get to this. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just looking for a picture of her. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Oh my God. Good Lord.
I mean, it's a little bizarre.
I don't care. Those things are just those things. Those things define gravity.
Exactly.
I mean, literally,
they actually had to tape them down, bro. They were slapping her face.
Exactly. Those things.
All right, let's.
That's a beauty of nature.
I danced with Rebecca.
Oh, so you slow dancing with Rebecca?
Yeah.
Yes. Him and Beth were slow dancing.
I was getting jealous, I think. Are you serious? Yeah. A little. I have to be honest.
Oh my
yes,
God.
Rebecca, I mean, come on. All right, we were all drunk. That's all I know. I'm sorry. It's okay. I mean, we ended up having.
When are we getting to?
What were you saying, Beth? It's okay. What?
You ended up what?
What?
Point of the story, please. I'll say it fast.
Okay.
The point was.
I want to go.
Beth, no, stay.
No,
she didn't say that. Beth,
I still run.
The point of the story.
Stay, Beth.
The point of the story, he opened up about his father, and it was we had great conversation.
I spoke to
we had
Beth.
great fun. Let me finish.
I spoke.
This was 3 days.
Yeah.
The next morning, Howard calls us bright and early. Come over. I'm making eggs, and so we got to catch a plane.
That's not true.
We did call them that morning.
Oh, we
remember?
did? Okay, all right.
Why do you lie?
Because I forget.
God, he just can't stop lying. You can't believe anything he says.
I fly home Sunday morning. I'm feeling great. We had a great weekend. The first thing he says on the radio, John Stamos is boring, and what shit.
Yeah, that's it.
So it was funny. What was Beefus going to say though? Because it was
Something else happened.
Yeah, something else happened.
And she got caught, and then she did her thing where she
And
she
I
can't throw
wanna
herself on
go.
the ground and pass out. She's either throwing herself on the ground and passing out or hanging up. Has she ever hung through a whole phone call? She's
Never.
always got to go. She's always.
Oh, I'm so lightheaded.
You can't tell me that this
I'm
woman
going.
was happy with this man as she was with John Stamos. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go running.
You know what? She likes the eyebrows. It's the eyebrows. It's all eyebrow game. Strong eyebrow game.
I know, but wasn't he like the fat kid in Stand By Me?
He
Like,
was.
Yes, he was, but he's got a strong eyebrow game.
Well, she could have got Corey Feldman.
Can't get past it. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna go to Rebecca Romaine Lettuce, and
So she avoids the show for quite a while because of this.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
decides to come in to promote X-Men 2, which was an excellent, one of the best comic book movies ever.
It was a good movie.
Okay, so here's Rebecca coming into,
And she kind of says she knows shit about Howard, and she hints, doesn't specifically say, but it's an interesting exchange.
Okay.
I got together with John and Rebecca, and they took me to see X-Men 2.
Oh, so you saw it?
I did. I saw it Friday night. It was just me, John, and Rebecca.
Wait, a personal screening.
Yeah, and Ralph.
Well, you had to bring your girlfriend.
I had to bring my girlfriend. You want to take a look at a nice piece of ass?
All right. You want me to get up?
Piece of ass I had naked in my apartment?
Oh, here we go.
You want
me Are you allowed to talk about that?
No.
Shut up, Artie.
I love when she's naked. I
Yeah,
love it.
I could imagine.
Every man should see you nude.
Unbelievable. I was just like, are we already going there?
All right, all right, calm down.
Seriously?
Are you posing through the whole movie?
You were?
I was.
You were posing next to me?
Yeah, because I wanted to look handsome.
Was I sitting on your good side?
No, you were on my bad side. I was so upset. I wanted to switch seats.
But I love it that you know what your good side and your bad side is.
Oh, believe me, when you got a face like this, you know every angle. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Not
That Streisand thing with him is just an admission of, I don't know of another heterosexual male that has a good side or a bad side and even talks about it.
No, nobody does.
Rebecca was all nervous. She goes, what are you going to ask me? I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just going to look at you.
So nervous to be on the show.
Why don't you calm down?
Because you've done this before. I know, but now it's like, you know, you and I are such good friends and we know stuff about each other and I don't know what you're gonna say. And
Hey, I mean,
honestly, I know stuff about you too, so you're probably scared of what I might
you know stuff about me?
No, I mean, we just got
Do you know stuff about me?
Yeah.
Stuff that the audience would be shocked by?
Probably. All right, tell us. No.
Write down one thing.
secrets
Right?
are
Just
safe
wait,
with-
wait.
no.
Write down one. What are you thinking? Write down one. What are you thinking about?
Oh, he's
I have
not
nothing to hide. I do?
He's not a fruit, is he?
No.
You know, though, you know that day that we spent
Yes, he is, Artie.
wine in my apartment?
Yeah, yeah.
John left to do cabaret and we were just sitting there?
Yeah.
I should have banged you that day. I was stupid.
Yeah.
Because he's your friend.
I should have banged you.
Because
Right.
that was an option, right?
We were drinking wine.
Yeah.
we were drunk.
I was all loosey goosey.
Yeah.
What's one
Not that loosey goosey.
You know, that's always the funny thing when when people think that they're gettable, like, or that they're, I should have been.
After the fact, you go, you could have got me. You could have got me.
when
Why
she
didn't
was
you?
like
Yeah.
unconscious,
And it's
Yeah.
like,
drunk.
in what world,
You
in what
should've asked.
universe do you think that the person you're talking about actually wants you? Like, seriously. I've always find that fascinating.
It's so easy in the hindsight 2020
He's
to
a
go, yeah, you could
goblin.
have got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's a goblin. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
literally a full-size goblin.
Look at who she's dated. It doesn't fit it at all. There's no
No,
way she's going.
no,
You don't go from that to that. Sorry, you just
no. You don't go from Stamos to goblin.
Tell me the truth. Was I being a pussy?
No, we were just hanging out and having fun.
It was the worst day I ever had.
Why? It was ruined great. it. Banging totally would have.
Oh, it would have been horrible.
That would have been one step.
Be honest, would you have?
Would it have ruined our friendship?
No, would you have banged?
What? Excuse me, you have a girlfriend.
I know.
Who is a really good friend of mine, by the way.
Right, she wouldn't have done it.
No, and you have a husband. And I have a husband. Remember him?
Yeah, no
Look at
comparison.
Is it weird talking to someone that you're that close with?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird because and I think he felt it too because you don't really know where the lines are.
She might not be the smartest person either. I'm just
Well,
What she knows about him,
All right.
I gotta know. I gotta know.
Monique.
Yeah.
She didn't become famous because she added to the theory of relativity. She got famous because she has an incredible body.
Yeah, no.
I
I'm
mean-
totally with you on that. I mean, she's gorgeous.
In all fairness, she did do the successful transition to acting, which is not always easy to do
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
taken seriously.
once again, though,
Kind of.
the acting
Let's
was
not get
because she had an incredible body.
And
Yeah.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But I'm saying it's
After they had a divorce, which I think was incredibly acrimonious, right? They hated each other. It was really horrible.
Yes.
And then she didn't get work for a long time. And then
Yes.
she had Jerry O'Connell and then had 2 kids. And that was the end of her.
I haven't seen her in a long time, interviewed or
No.
otherwise.
Let's see what she looks like these days. Hang
I'm
on.
sure she's.
I bet that her story with Howard would be something about a Corona bottle and his tuchus.
No,
exactly.
Do you remember Jerry O'Connell coming on the show talking about what a pain in the ass she was? That was the
you know
reason
what?
he was booked.
I hated Jerry O'Connell on that show. You know, and Rebecca said, and Rebecca said, and
Yeah.
Rebecca-
Well, that's the
he
only
was-
reason he was booked, Monique. He wouldn't be on any other reason. They just drilled him about what a pain in the ass she was.
I liked how he talked about his hair plugs and yeah.
Johnny Depp meets the one.
Oh, I can't believe that's.
You still got
Oh
the
my
Rico thing?
God.
Jerry O'Connell. Let me just see if I can find something.
She's in the new Star Trek. Well, that might as well be nowhere.
His new partner.
Let me see. Jerry O'Connell. Let me see.
You have another link to this show, which is amazing.
Oh, right.
Your mother was a special ed teacher. Is that correct?
Yes, PS31 in Jersey City.
And when you were a child, you
Beetlejuice.
would go visit your mother
Yeah,
at work.
Yes, a lot.
And who was her student?
Lester.
Lester. Okay.
You're talking about Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Hey, he
So
was
you knew
cute back
Beetlejuice when you were growing up,
All growing up.
and you call him Lester because he was part of almost like part of your family.
Listen, I do want to say, you guys have done a lot. I personally feel a lot of great things for Lester.
Right.
He, is doing.
Okay, that's amazing that his mother taught Beetlejuice in school.
You didn't know it? When did you
I
you
heard
know
this
that?
interview.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
He talked about that years ago, and he brought it up again like it was new information.
I'm amazed by that, but that was the only thing that was on there.
Well, she did a crappy job.
I'll be happy
Well,
to
I
go
mean,
get him.
not a lot
shit
to
about
work
her.
with, you know.
Still.
I would like to find a Rebecca Romaine, Jerry O'Connell.
I absolutely will get it for tomorrow. Frank the Tank says, no, nipples, a part thing. Okay,
I love
Azor says, I'll never forget Jerry O'Connell's story about Rebecca got drunk one day and punched Jerry in the face because he played at a charity golf game without her that day. God damn it, that's a great memory you have, Azores. That was one of the incidents.
She punched Jerry?
Yeah, she punched Jerry in the face. It's a Depp Heard kind of thing.
So Jerry might be a snurch of a cuck?
I just think if I'm with someone and they wail on me, I don't give a shit. You're not hurt. It doesn't hurt.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care if a woman punches me in the face.
Well, see, I would never hit somebody. I don't think that's even something that it's in my thing to do. I think that's kind of weird.
I can't believe this, but we've never talked on this show about
Oh dear Lord.
cute meat or meat cute.
Yeah, so blondes don't age that well. Not gonna lie. And Jerry looks like he's had some work done.
How long
he
ago
has
is this?
bad
Monique?
work done. That's some really bad work.
A year
Yeah,
ago.
he looks bad.
1 year ago.
He almost
Okay,
looks
so
like
that's recent.
a carrot top. He's got that carrot top thing.
Oh
going.
my God! I mean, he looks
that pulled face and the
bizarre.
eyebrows are no longer.
What happened? I mean,
Botox.
oh my! He doesn't even look like himself anymore.
He's a co-host on the Talk, right? Isn't it that knockoff of the View
Something like
at 2
that.
now in the afternoon?
Yes, he is.
That Dennis
Now he
TiVo's
looks-
every day.
Yes,
he
how'd
looks
you
like
know?
He looks
He
good.
looks like the corpse from Stand By Me.
She looks like herself, just an older version, which is okay.
Actually, Jerry O'Connell looks like one of the vampires from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I mean, when they change
Oh
their
yeah,
face.
yeah, those guys.
When they change their face, that's what he looks like.
Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about. a little Nosferatu going on. Rebecca, I need some blood.
Moving on. All right, that's our show for tonight. This is what we're doing. I am so excited to be done.
We're sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a deep dive into that phony phone call thing. I really appreciate that, and I really want to talk about that at some point in the near future. And I will make sure that I get a clip of that phony phone call to see what it actually came out to be after all of the annoyance that was Sam calling into that show. I am not doing the boys tonight. Okay, this is not going to happen. I'm so sorry.
I wanna feel sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and we'll play this and that. Now say goodbye to
family. This and that. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight. What's going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow is
Victory lap.
Cocktober. They're going to play with sausages, allegedly.
Some comedian is coming in. Did Michael Rappaport decide he was going to do it?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, so
It's so amazing that Gary thinks that's good for Rappaport's career.
I am
good
with an
in the wrap-up show today, Gary actually said because Rappaport comes on the show, they got him work. What a load of crap that is. Utter load of crap.
What?
Gary actually said on the wrap-up show that
they got Mike Rappaport.
They got Mike Rappaport work.
Show.
I can't tell you the level of films he's been in that trump this awful show. I cannot. He's the star of Copland, for Christ's sake.
He was in something I watched where he was a cop.
Copland?
No. It was
the Louis C.K.
No. Just recently, he was only in like 2 or 3 episodes. Shit, it's not coming to me.
Friends?
No. It was part 2 of this show that the first one stars, and it's produced by Jessica Biel. It was.
It's something on. Yeah, it's actually a really good show. It's on Netflix or.
Yeah,
it got good reviews. He's in everything. He's a phenomenal creator. The show. It's.
Oh, thank you. See, Rodney's so smart, Rodney. He was also in Murders in the Building. Yes.
Ah.
That's right. He played a cop in Murders in the Building. Only Murders in the Building.
But Gary, the audacity of Gary to say something like that is just.
If I'm his agent, Dennis, if I'm his manager, my first order of business is get off this show. Stop. They're making you look like some chump, whack-packing idiot. You got a phenomenal career. He has a career that 99% of actors that move to Hollywood would kill for.
Now, you know what?
1/3 the parts he gets.
A working New York actor. That's
with major screen time. It's not like he has cameos. He's
most of the
screen
stuff
time.
that he does is like very New York centric. It's New York City. He lives
Yes.
downtown. He's a very New York kind of guy.
He's too accessible.
He does these kind of shows, and I think because of that, he has the time and the wherewithal to do stupid Stern stuff.
He is lucky that Sean Penn's brother died because he got all those roles.
Chris got Chris Penn's work. Nice.
Yeah. He's basically doing the Peter DeLuise thing.
Exactly.
Okay, leave Doug Penhall out of this.
Incredible silliness.
Sorry, man.
We're going to leave you now, and we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully something exciting will happen.
It'll just be cock.
It'll just
a quote unquote comedian.
There's going to be so much hype for it, and it's going to be a
suck.
horrible bit, and it's going to go on for like an hour and a half. So, and I hear you all about the call-in show. I appreciate wanting the call-in show. So yes, we will. I promise you, we will get.
Have we got our technical difficulties fixed?
Probably not.
Okay,
Yeah, come on. Let's not get crazy, bro.
I know.
On me, don't go kooky. Especially with somebody.
Okay, there's a game 7 going on. There's a game 7 going on.
Don't care.
Okay. Go watch.
I do.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at radiogunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Radio Gunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.